guys, it's coffee time. Oh my goodness. I thought it was going to be too hot, but it's like perfect temperature. It tastes fantastic. This is a good start. This is a good start to this video because this video is going to be some real talk, and I hope you're ready for it. If you're not, feel free to come back later. What are you doing, little girl? Do I need to throw you in the other room so that people will take me seriously and not be constantly watching you? No, I'll leave her out here. It's fine. But I've never once talked about my personal romantic relationships. And I kind of want to talk to you guys about that. I'm not going to discuss anything specific because I firmly believe that there's still an established confidentiality between me and the other person. And it would be very douchey of me to just give up all sorts of personal information about someone without their consent. I don't believe that that is okay or ethical, so I'm not going to. Because everyone that I have dated since I've had this show have been YouTubers. And yes, I have dated people while I've had this show, but I want to make it very clear, if I've said that I was single, I was single. I've never lied about that. I've only ever said I'm single at a time when I was single, but I have dated a few people. I've dated a few people and I've never told you guys about it, and I do have reasons for that. I have a few reasons for that. I have reasons for that as a YouTuber. I have reasons for that as a personal person in the world. And it occurred to me that I've never once sat here and told you why I am that way. I'm even that way with my friends. I don't talk about my relationships very often. I don't discuss who I'm dating very often. And I have reasons for that. And I can't honestly get upset about any speculations about my personal life when I've never told you guys why I am this way. So we're going to do that. We're going to discuss it, and I hope that this kind of sheds some light on me and why I am this way. But first off, like, anytime that you've felt like I was deceitful or secretive, it's been an established agreement between me and the other person, because a relationship is not just one person. It's you and one or two or however many other people. But at some point, especially when you feel like you have thousands of eyeballs on you all the time, which YouTubers do, you have to sit down and have a conversation where it's like, how open do we want to be about this? Or what's the timeline for openness, right? And typically the answer is we should not be open about this for a while. And the reason for that is that you just want so badly to give the relationship a fighting chance. And maybe I need to explain that. Because if you're open about a relationship right off the bat, like, hey, so-and-so and I are dating now, you know what happens is both parties immediately get so many messages about how they're not pretty enough, they're not smart enough, they're not good enough for the other person, because all your fan base ever wants is for you to have the very best. And that's fantastic, but that also means that the other person undergoes a lot of scrutiny and a lot of criticism, and it's really hard. It's really, really hard on both people, because then they do question it, like, well, maybe we shouldn't be together, maybe this is wrong. And at first you want to just feel like it's normal, like you can just date and have fun and be people and not have so many, like, it feels like there are thousands of dads over your shoulder just being like, I don't know about this kid. I don't know. I don't think, and I mean, it does something to you. It makes you, like, consider all of those things, as awful as it sounds. Like, oh, maybe this isn't right. And you want to be able to discover that for yourself, without having so many voices in your ear, because it's not very productive. It just winds up kind of like circling back around, and it's awful. So I've always, like, whether it's been one date, a few dates, maybe lots of dates, I've never said anything about it. And that's also the reason why I have said I won't tell you guys about it unless I know that it's real. And for you, that might seem like, okay, so at 4 months, she'll tell us if she's dating somebody. If it lasts for 4 months, she'll tell us. But that's not always the case either. It's more that I want to know that I am safe and secure and happy and that it's real. And sometimes that takes a long time. Honestly, like at 4 months, if you still don't feel that way, you should probably get out. But like, just real talk right now. But I can say that as a person who has dated people and been hurt a lot, it's so hard to trust people. It feels impossible sometimes. Real talk. This is a real talk video. So, I've been cheated on a lot. Like, a lot. And every single time it happens, all you can do is sit there and go, what's wrong with me? Like, you feel so unlovable. You just feel like there must be something wrong with you. Like, for whatever reason, it takes a while for you to realize they're the problem. It's not me. Like, it's just, oh God, it's so hard, you guys. It's so hard to date somebody and be like, okay, I think that this is going okay, but I don't, I'm still not fully sure. I'm still kind of pulled back a little bit. And then you wind up just having all of those insecurities confirmed, and it kind of puts you right back to square one. And that's awful. It's awful. It's the worst feeling in the world. So I mean, sometimes you just don't realize it at first that somebody is maybe a little bit mentally abusive, or maybe somebody isn't worthy of your trust, or maybe they just don't respect you. And since, again, we are all, in the spotlight, as it were, I don't think that it's fair to make all of that open unless I'm just convinced that it's going to be okay. That if we do break up, it won't be because of something awful. Because my life so far has trained me to assume, to just assume that everything's going to go really wrong. And I'm going to be really hurt and sad. So rather than go through having everybody experience my breakups with me and experience what happened with me and kind of dredge all of that up over and over again while I'm trying to heal, I just don't talk about it. I just don't talk about it at all. So, I mean, that sounds sucky. I've never gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm just not gonna date. Like, I'm just not gonna date anymore. I'm done. You do fall into little pits where you feel that way, kind of. But look, if you're a super loyal person and for whatever reason you just keep dating people that are not loyal at all, it's really sad to hit a wall where you think, maybe there just isn't somebody out there for me. Maybe there just isn't somebody who's going to love me. You have to try to think to yourself, somebody out there is as loyal as I am. I know it. Somebody out there is just happy and will love me. So I'm going to keep looking for that person. But in the meantime, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it unless I feel happy, unless I feel like everything is okay. And I should feel secure and respected and blah, 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 blah. So that's kind of where I'm coming from, honestly. And this might have turned out to be kind of a weird, sad video. But my dating life has not been good. It hasn't been very good. I've had moments where I've felt really happy and had it all just fall apart. And I've had really long relationships where after the fact I found out that it was all kind of a lie. And that sucks. I've just, I just keep winding up with the wrong person. And that's okay because I know that eventually I'll find the right person. And I promise that if I suspect that I'm with the right person, I will tell you. I will absolutely tell you. And no, it won't be years. Oh, I've been dating so-and-so for 3 years. And so now I'm going to tell you guys. It wouldn't be that long. But I would want to just give it a fighting chance and give myself the time to understand that person and see whether or not there's anything real there. So, In the future, if you guys suspect that I'm dating somebody or that I'm seeing someone or that I'm in a relationship with someone, rather than question why I'm being quiet about it, I would love for you guys to just wish me the best and hope that it works out to the point that I can tell you and that I am happy and that we have a good relationship and that it's going somewhere, you know? So, yeah. Never talked about this stuff before, and that's why, because it's just all kind of negative. But I think it's gotten to the point now where there are so many like, oh, well, she was here, and then so-and-so was here, and if you take this into account, that means she's definitely banging that guy, that girl, and both of those people. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just figured, you know, I'd give you guys a heads up. Like, this is where I'm coming from. And I need that privacy to figure myself out, figure them out, and figure out what is happening outside. Sounds like thunder. Is that legit thunder? Anyways. But, yeah, real talk video. I hope that this helped you out and helped shed some light. And I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.